I love today's concept for you. If you've seen the other videos I've done, shoot forward to about 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and you'll be able to go straight into today's project. But Joy of Noel is the stamp set I'm using, and what I've done is I've created myself a whole host of these 3 images on the bottom of the set to create myself some great Christmas cards. It's so easy to just bulk craft and change it up so that you get a different style each time, and that's what I'm going to be showing you to do today. So I'm going to be using some basic white cardstock A4, and I'm going to ink these 3 images up using Memento, and I'm just going to stamp them all over this sheet. Now I did about 4 or 5 of these, and then I sat in front of the telly and coloured them all and cut them. So this is just an example for you. I used Cherry Cobbler Dark and Light on the berries on every single one of the images. I didn't change colours. Mossy Meadow Light and Dark for the leaves. And then for the other leaves that look like a holly leaf, I used Light and Dark Lost Legume. Now, because I'm going to be fussy cutting these out, and I'm going to be putting them onto backgrounds that aren't white, in fact, they might not include white at all, I have gone around the edge and given what I call the image a halo. I've used wild wheat and I've gone around the edge of the whole image and then coloured in that bit so that when I fussy cut, if I don't get it smack on the line, it's not going to matter because you're not going to see that basic white. Now, as I said, I'd done this to a whole host of them, cut and snipped them out while in front of the TV. That's my relaxed time. I love that. And these projects are going to be showing you how you can bulk create them into the same Christmas card, or you can step it up and change it as you go along and have different cards using the same pieces. So this is one of the videos, and the others are going to be on my channel. I'm bringing them all to you in the week. All of them are going to have the same introduction. So if you've seen this 3 or 4 times, I do apologise, but hopefully it makes sense. And once you fussy cut them out, these are all your pieces that you're going to build together to make the project. So let me show you what project I'm going to be doing today. It's all using the Joy of Noel stamp set. Let's get started. Today's card I love. It's probably the simplest of the cards I've made with this, but I think it's beautiful. So grab a piece of cardstock. I have used wild wheat and cut it just slightly shorter than your card base. So my card base is very vanilla. It's a standard card base. So I've cut my wild wheat at 10 centimetres by 14.3. So it's just half a centimetre less. Now what I've done is I've put myself a strip of wild wheat here. No particular size, whatever scraps you have available, but I have just stamped with wild wheat behind it. So I've just added a bit of tone on tone texture at the back. And then I'm bringing in cut pieces and I'm fiddling around trying to work out exactly how I want them on the card. Once you've worked it out, use a dimensional to stick it into the right place. And now I'm also popping one at the top, and again use your dimensional to pop it into place and hold it there. So your dimensional is half on your cut piece and half on your card, and it works really well as a little placeholder. Okay, I kept figuring and playing with all the little pieces, and I just used some multi-purpose liquid glue there to stick this one onto the front so that all of my topper is the same layer. And then I noticed there was still some white bits showing, so I went around with my blend and just coloured those in. Because it's going onto the wild wheat, it's really going to show up if it doesn't. Now, as with my other videos, I'm bulk creating, so I'm going to be creating a couple of cards using the same idea. Because I have a load to the side of me, it just makes sense. And these videos in total have given me about 20 odd cards just from colouring in. I think it was 2, possibly 3 A4 sheets of paper. So it's been really handy to bulk create them. And if you're doing a craft fair, I think they're great because you normally put, say, 3 or 4 cards together in a pack. Here you've got different ones, but you've got lots of packs ready made. How fun's that? So again, just colour in those white bits because they are really going to stand out on the colour background you've done. If you haven't chose wild wheat for this project, because I do realise it's a Marmite colour, pick another colour and make sure that it all just fits. Dead simple, really up to you. And then once you've got it like that, you can see that I've been able to now stick it down onto the background in that area. I haven't actually put it on yet, but that's where it's going to go. I've got a strip of Very Vanilla. Now this strip was 2 centimetres and I'm able to put my sentiment onto it. So just cut it down however you want it, to whichever length you want. So I've just cut that so it's a bit smaller so that I can fit it straight onto my card. So I've put it so it's 10 centimetres, so it'll run from one end to the other, because that wild wheat was 10 centimetres. Using the wild wheat ink, I'm stamping Make Spirits Bright on it. And as you can see, I've done 2 because there's 2 cards. And I'm just going to be able to then pop and put this all together. So these corners and sides of dimensionals are really handy. I love them. I actually find them the most useful of the sheet because they're just thinner and they can run a whole edge. So they do help keep things up. So never throw them away. Every scrap is always useful. I have a drawer under my desk, and as soon as I have some scraps, I throw them in there. And then once a month, I religiously make myself go through that and tidy them up and put them in the right places to ensure that they're still being used. So again, do the same here. Now the sentiment, I just stuck that down flat. I felt that the whole card already looked jazzy enough rather than having another 3D element. Plus the fact I might want to post these, I might not want them that thick. So I've just stuck the sentiment flat down through the middle using some seal. And there you go, that is pretty much the front of your card. Now I'm using the elegant trim. This is a Simply Elegant trim that comes with a silver and a gold. I'm using the gold one and I'm creating myself a little bow, teeny tiny little one. I'm going to do 2 of those, 1 for each card, and I'm going to stick them by the foliage that we'd already cut out just to create a little bit of focal point, because these are quite shiny. It will look quite nice and Christmassy. And I'm just going to use a glue dot to stick those down. Now, I pulled the glue dot off with my fingers and rubbed it into a little ball just so it stuck completely behind that knot and no one could see it, because otherwise it would have been too big and other things would have got stuck to it, like the envelope. Stick it onto your card base. So my card base was Very Vanilla. Pop it on there. I've enjoyed using Very Vanilla for these projects. I don't use it enough and it's been great to have out. So there we go. Pop on some enamel dots or any embellishments that you've got to create it pop, and what do you think? Don't forget to check out the other cards I've made with this. Do like and subscribe to stick around, and everything is available on my store. Bye.